Hey guys, this is Ontario, guys. It's basically just a pathway. That's the entire province. Oh yeah, so we have Ontario. So you've seen the rest of it, but you're gonna see a little bit more. So we are on Lake Superior. We're just heading down. This is kind of like a off the place. Probably hear a bunch of noise in the background, and once you get a good view, you guys are about to see Aguasabon. Aguasabon? Aguasabon. We're going to say Aguasabon. I am butchering that almost definitely. But just wait a second. You get to see our beautiful faces right until you see... Holy gosh golly, look at that. That is a waterfall if I've ever seen one. Mario, you ever seen a waterfall? You have now. Look at that. So this is the Aguasabon... I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. That's the Aguasabon Basin, or Gorge. Yeah, so waterfall is down in there. Goes all the way down that gorge. That's, I'd say at least 50 meters. And then it leads way off into Lake Superior. I want to say that that's 100 meters away at least. You can hear it pretty clearly. And you can hear it from up there as well. But yeah, so we're gonna camp around here tonight. We were hoping to make it further from Nipigon, but we've just had a headwind all day and mountains. Yeah, like actual mountains. I want to say we've done 600 meters of elevation gain and loss today, which is quite a bit. If you're American, that's like 1,800, 1,900 feet of elevation gain and then elevation loss. So yeah, it's been a rough day. We got a little bit of a late start. I don't think we left until about 9 a.m. from Nipigon. Does that sound right? Yeah. We actually stayed with a doctor there, which was pretty cool. But, oh, you know what we haven't talked about? 2 days ago, we tried leaving Thunder Bay, but we ran into some difficulties. First, we got to the Terry Fox Memorial, and we saw that, you know. Paid, do you say homage or homage? Homage to Terry Fox, as is basically required by, you know, cyclists and walkers and runners across Canada. And then we got a few kilometers past there, and I was just like, we're going uphill, I'm like, my bike doesn't feel right. So we stopped and we look. And it turns out I had 3 broken spokes on my back tire, and I hadn't even noticed, which is crazy. And so we're like, okay, well, let's look for bike stores or bike shops in Nipigon, but there was nothing. So we looked even further out, and there's basically no bike shops until Sault Ste. Marie, which is 700 kilometers.
From Thunder Bay?
From Thunder Bay?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're like, okay, we're, you know, 10 kilometers outside of Thunder Bay, we're turning around. So we turned around, and, oh, we met a guy whose name was Ben.
Yes.
And he was walking across America, but was temporarily in Canada. And so he was the first, actually I guess the second person who was walking that I've met. So yeah, before this trip I'd never met anybody who had also walked across America. So it was awesome to, you know, see somebody else doing that. And then we get into Thunder Bay and we go to a community bike shop. We get some help from them. They kind of taught us how to repair the spokes, because previously when we've had broken spokes, we've just gone to a bike shop and, you know, paid someone to do that. And, you know, that's good, but it's expensive. So we're like, yeah, we can learn ourselves. So we paid, I think it was like 5 cents a spoke just for the raw materials. And then, yeah, the guy there, ooh, what was his name? Ian. That was it. Taught us kind of how to do it ourselves. And so we got a good lesson. But anyway, it closed at 4, so we left at like 4:15.
Yeah, he stayed past closing time, like 20 minutes for us.
Yeah, just to help us. And then we got a few kilometers away, and Mario got a tack right in his front tire. And it just, like, he pulled it out, and you could just hear the air rushing out of it. And we're like, oh my gosh. And the bike place had just closed. And so we're like, okay, well, where's the, like, nearest regular bike shop? And so we found that. And as we were getting there, we saw these 5 cyclists, and they had panniers, like, you know, fully loaded, and could tell that they were on some long trip. Asked them what they were doing, and they were basically doing what we're doing, going cross country from, you know, most of them started in Vancouver and were going to New Brunswick or St. John's. And so, yeah, we ended up meeting up with them and camping with them, I guess, 2 nights ago.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it was awesome to just, like, hang out with people who were doing a similar thing. Actually, really the same thing. And so they had all met up along the way, and there was 3 groups of people. So 2 from London, England, 2 from New Brunswick, and 1 from Vancouver Island. Yeah, we may meet up with them again in Sault Ste. Marie. They wanted to take a rest day, and we're like, we've already had a rest day. And then that day when, you know, with broken spokes and a flat tire was kind of just a 0 day or a wash. And so we're like, nah, we can't afford another day. So they'll catch up with us eventually because we're slow. That's kind of a summary of the last few days. Then we rode to Nipigon. We had a bit of a headwind going there as well, and then a headwind all day today. So it hasn't been great as far as wind is concerned, but the days have been pleasant enough riding, and it's nice seeing Lake Superior. So anyway, we'll see you when we see you.